His MVP. Goal swung, right field. Forget about it. Rangers strike first. Goes after the first one. Drills a high fly ball. Left center field. This game is tied. From Javier. Seager hits a high fly ball. Deep right field. A bomb into first. One swing. Drive. It's tied. Cody Seager smashes the ball down the line. Goodbye. Now Seager to right center field. Way back there. Gone again. Cody Seager does it again. It's Texas Rangers win the World Series. The Willie Mays Most Valuable Player Trophy presented by Chevrolet. Is there any doubt? Corey Seager.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Right on Rangers Live, coming at you on a Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Rangers up big, 10-0. Been a while since we had a game like this. Good guys on top, riding into the bottom of the eighth inning. Curvelo just goes 1, 2, 3 to get us to the bottom of the eighth. I know that some people would have much rather Jack Leiter come back out. But you know what? 93 pitches, I'm probably okay with it. Shutout would have been cool. I just do not see getting to a shutout without a ridiculous pitch count. I mean, you never know. But I'm okay. I'm okay with Jack Leiter coming out of the ball game right there. And Curvelo, I think, eases everyone's mind going 1, 2, 3 there in the top of the eighth inning. And we're going to start with Jack Leiter. Obviously, his last time out, I think most of Rangers Nation left with a bad taste, not feeling awesome about where Jack Leiter was at. Look, with an outing like today, you see everything that is possible with Jack Leiter. And it's like we've always said. Consistency. Consistency. It's the name of the game. Can he do this again? And not even just this, but can you give me 6 innings again next time out? That's what we need from Jack. We know that he is capable of this. We know that it is within him. It's consistency, and it always has been. We're going to get into more Jack Leiter stuff here in a second, but first, here Right on Rangers, we cover everything Texas sports. We put a big emphasis on the Rangers during the MLB season, and we thank you for choosing Right on Rangers for all of your Texas Rangers content. Drop a comment, drop a question. Little bit more lax today on the play-by-play for obvious reasons. It's a 10-0 ball game. We don't exactly need to be glued to our screen, so we'll be able to go a little bit more free-flowing with the comments and questions. Of course, I got a couple of lead-ins along the way, but let's continue on with Jack Leiter. You're going 7 innings, 2 hits, no walks. That might be even more impressive than the 10 Ks. I don't know. No walks for Jack Leiter. Outstanding. 10 Ks. This was career high for him in strikeouts. I think his previous was 7 or 8. Leiter is capable of this, and we've seen flashes of this all season long. What's been the biggest complaint more than anything? Like I said earlier on the show, consistency. Jack needs to be more consistent. He has the capability to go out and give you 7 strong innings. It doesn't have to be 7 strong, 2 base runners, 10 Ks every single time. Can we go 3 starts in a row working into the 6th or 7th inning? That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. He doesn't have to come out and do this every time. Just work into the 6th inning 3 starts in a row. That's what we need to see more of with Jack. And I'm hopeful. I'm always hopeful. Yeah, I know last week we were going off after the show. This is a first round, number 2 overall pick back in 2021. 4+ years in the Rangers organization, plus college ball. When is he going to start figuring it out? You hope that a game like this is what jumpstarts him and gets him going. Jack Leiter, capable of much, but the consistency, been an issue. And it's going to be something that we should continue to watch, monitor over the coming weeks and months as the season closes out, I definitely feel like Jack Leiter could be a very solid number 2, very solid number 3 starter in this league. I'm not sure about Ace. I know some people feel like he is going to be one of the best pitchers in baseball when all is said and done. I don't know about that. That's hard to do. Really hard to do. But I think very solid number 2, very solid number 3 starter feels like a really good ceiling for Jack Leiter. And if it's better than that, great. Awesome. Be happy to be wrong in that regard. Just need to see the consistency from Jack. Happy for him. Happy for the Rangers. We said it last night. You needed a win tonight from Jack. And look, sweep tomorrow, it feels like you have to do it. I don't know if you have to sweep tomorrow. You've won the series. I think that is good enough against the team that's ahead of you. You would love to sweep, but I don't want to hear any sky is falling season over if the Rangers don't get it done tomorrow. That being said, you have got a very good shot with Merrill Kelly on the mound. With the momentum that you built from a game like today, this is supposed to be the dreaded lefty lineup coming out and putting up a 10 spot. Hello. Good for them. Offense, again, like I texted it in the Discord. Why do they do this to us? Like, why do they do this to us, man? You get the hopes way up with games like this because you just see what this team is capable of. You see what this team can do at peak performance. They can put up runs. They can look really, really good all across the board. It's just continuing to go back to consistency. Can we get this from both the offense? Can we get this from guys like Jack Leiter for more than just a flash? For more than just one flash, one game. And then the next time out, we're back to our usual. Guardians have 2 hits today total. Curvelo, 1, 2, 3 in his inning of work. You wonder what's going to be going on for the top of the 9th. Osuna up right now. And he is still looking at this point for his first hit of the series. Osuna batting 148, 474 OPS. Cody Freeman, another guy I think we definitely got to talk about. As Osuna walks right here. Cody Freeman with his first major league home run. Man, that must have felt good. Cody Freeman goes deep, left field shot, cleared the wall, and nothing but smiles around the base pass. Cody Freeman, for me, is a type of player that the Rangers need a lot more of. Guys that don't strike out routinely, guys that put the ball in play, guys that have speed, have intangibles. I would love to see our lineup have more guys like Cody Freeman. Absolutely. And Cody today, 2 hits, was robbed of a 3rd hit. He's got 2 RBI. And yeah, the 2nd inning bomb that puts the Rangers up 2-0. So happy for him. You guys know I'm a big fan of Cody Freeman. I think he has got a lot of potential. Little bit interested to see what happens with him. You know, Josh Jung, obviously his direct competition with Marcus Semien out on the IL. By the way, if you did not know that, Marcus Semien officially placed on the IL after hitting a ball hard off of his foot. So Cody's got a natural position now to play at second base. You know, Josh Smith, obviously, you can work him in there a little bit too at times. Josh Smith today against a lefty did not play. He came in for Corey Seager after the game was in hand, 0 for 1 on the day. But you'd imagine it's going to be Josh Smith at second. But I'd love to see Cody Freeman just take all of Marcus Semien's at-bats. You know, you've got an interesting situation in the outfield with the Evan Carter injury. You could play Josh Smith in left field. You could play him in a number of different spots. Josh Smith isn't playing very well right now, though. And I don't want to take this to a negative place, but Josh Smith is not playing very well right now. And I think it makes a whole lot of sense, to just give Cody Freeman Marcus Semien's at-bats. Don't think about it too hard. Just give Cody Freeman those at-bats. Smitty, we love him. He's not giving you anything right now. He's not giving you anything. Cody Freeman feels like a spark plug, feels like a guy with a ton of intangibles that you want in the lineup. He plays good defense. He's fast. He puts the ball in play. He doesn't strike out. These are the things that you love to see more of in this Rangers lineup. B Daddy, what's good, man? Keep the bats going and we got a shot. Amen, brother. Amen. Amen. All right, we keep on rolling. Natalie, 100%. Absolutely. We are seeing everything. And look, can I go ahead and take a little bit of credit on this one? Did we or did we not make a Jack Leiter video and immediately we get career high in strikeouts? Did I or did I not make the video? If you didn't check it out, go back a couple of vids. The Jack Leiter video immediately after his last start. What happens in the aftermath of the Ride on Rangers Jack Leiter? You get the best performance of his career? I mean, I don't know, y'all. I'm just saying, we established that the Ride on Rangers batting average is probably 750 in these types of situations. Are we at 800 now? I mean, I don't know. I wish that there was a more accurate batting average on Ride on Rangers reels, turning poor performances into gold. It would be awesome. I'd love to have it displayed right behind me here on this wall. What is the batting average with guys having outstanding performances immediately after I make a video about them? Hey, and I appreciate all y'all supporting the show, going and watching that reel. A bunch of y'all did and commented on it. And look, some people pushed back on me, like didn't like that I was going in on Leiter a little bit. I still say and stand behind everything that I said. Leiter's got to start showing you something. He does. Nothing that I said has changed by tonight. Leits has got to start showing you consistency. Said that in the video. He's a number 2 overall pick. He's supposed to be at this point giving you really, really good vibes for the future. And I can't say that after last start he was doing that. And yes, tonight is incredible. This is what you envisioned. Jack Leiter, you would love to go into 2026 feeling like that is a solid number 3. Appreciate the gifts, by the way. Thank you so much, Aaron. Very generous of you. I'd love to go into 26. You know, if Merrill Kelly doesn't re-sign, I'd love to go into next year. Jack Leiter, extremely solid number 3. Would love it. Absolutely. John, absolutely great game for Jack. Look, Josh Jung even had a nice day. He did. Josh Jung, man, I think he might be feeling the heat from Cody Freeman a little bit. Am I right? I think Josh Jung might be feeling the pressure a little bit from Freeman. Glad to see that he is responding well. Albert, I think Leiter did get a hold of my video. I really do. And I know a bunch of y'all on TikTok said that too. If you have a chance to sweep, I'm with you. You absolutely have to. Natalie, I don't think Seager came out for any other reason beyond they were up by 9 runs at the time, and they actually said that on the broadcast. Wyatt, great day. Absolutely. Ezekiel Duran, we might need to do just a Zeke Duran appreciation video next. No Nostradamus, just Zeke Duran appreciation. Because you know what? I don't know how many people are out there doing it. Some of y'all are. But we might need to do Zeke Duran appreciation post next time. I'm feeling it. I definitely want to do Cody Freeman first home run. First home run's big, man. It just is. I want to do Cody Freeman first home run. We might need to throw in Zeke Duran appreciation post. I am very surprised about Zeke, John. Very, very surprised about Zeke Duran. Brad, it's been a while, baby. What's good? Go Rangers, man. You been busy? What's been going on, man? It feels like it's been a hot second since I've seen you in the live, man. Good to see you. Whatever you got going on, man. Hope it's going well, brother. Yeah, look, Zeke Duran, kind of a bit of an anomaly to me right now. Like, is this sustainable? Is this going to be gone in a week? What is this? I'm going to have to do a deep dive on Zeke Duran. Advanced stats, I'm talking the whole package. I want to see, Is this something sustainable, or are we going to see about a week's more of this and then back to the usual ways? I don't know. John, thank you. Because I know I'm going to get some people popping back on my Leiter video. Man, well, this didn't age well. Well, no, it's actually aged quite well. Because in my video, all I said was, and nothing but, this dude has the potential. I talked about the fastball. I talked about the extension he gets. Among the highest percentiles in the league. And how you just needed him to start being consistent. This is a great stepping stone. Outstanding stepping stone. And he has got to start doing this more often. Doesn't have to be 7 innings, 10 Ks. Again, I said it at the beginning of the show. Can we get 3 starts in a row where he pitches 6 innings? I think that is a pretty low bar. Can we just get 3 Jack Leiter starts in a row where bro goes 6 innings? That, to me, would be a great place to begin. I don't think that you have to do what he did tonight every time. If he does, obviously you love it. Bro, just give me 6 innings 3 times out in a row. I'll take that. Because lately it's been 3 innings, 4 innings, maybe 5 innings. That's what we need from Jack Leiter at this point. Appreciate all y'all. Definitely enjoying what's going on right now. 44, good to see you, man. Real good to see you. Shut out a little bit in jeopardy right now. Brandon Webb on the mound. He does have 2 outs, but runners on first and second. Kelly is a free agent. Austin, I'd imagine they are going to try to re-sign Merrill Kelly just as a show of good faith for the trade pieces that they gave up to get him. I think it would be very stupid not to go out and try and get Merrill Kelly back in a Rangers uniform next year. I mean, unless Merrill just does terrible over the rest of the season here, the last 5 weeks or so, I don't think there is any good reason you don't go out and at least try to re-sign Merrill Kelly. You gave up 3 top 15 prospects. Got to go out and try. And by the way, hello, win column, cue the I Like Texas music. Jacob Webb closes it out. 10-0 ball game. This feels like one of the most complete games of the season. It really does. You had outstanding starting pitching, great bullpen relief. You had, wow, with the hitting. You just had a little bit of everything today. What a great win. The Rangers win the series against the Guardians. They go into the finale with Merrill Kelly on the bump, a chance to sweep a team that was directly ahead of you in the wild card standings. And honestly, if you do get that sweep, the Royals series feels less hurtful. I think that's the best way we can put it. It feels a lot less hurtful if you can get this sweep. You know, you win 2 out of 3. I think you still look back on this week, what could have been. But as you look at the standings right now, you've got the Rangers at this point within 1 game of 500, 65 and 66. That is going to put them at, 5 games back. Mariners right now are playing, I believe. What is the Mariners score? I'm gonna get all the scores up. I don't want y'all to have to do the work. Let me do the heavy lifting here. Mariners right now, live playing. Let's see, where are we at? Come on, baby. Oh, they just started. Okay, they just started. 0-0. Playing the A's. You've got also Astros up 9-7 against the Orioles. Trying to see if there's anything else. Royals did lose today. That's big. Royals and Guardians immediately ahead of the Rangers lose. Yankees lost today. That's big as well. So you've got a couple of different scenarios here where this could be a really good night. Go A's, baby. Go A's. You would love to see them get this win. Rangers will be able to go up and only be down 4.5 games. That feels like a win for sure. I mean, look, 5.5 right now. You scoot up to 5 with the win. You'd love to be at 4.5 by the end of the evening. And then tomorrow you go out and win another one. Maybe you get down to 3.5. Underrated clubhouse guy, Duran. Haven't heard enough about that, Matthew, but if that's the case, that's awesome. Happy for Zeke Duran right now. Yeah, John, I'm with you. The home road splits, we've talked about it here on the show. The home road splits for Jack Leiter are unreal. It's a full run worse on the road in comparison to how he pitches at home. He gives up a full run more on the road than he does at Globe Life. It is a real thing. So you'd love to see him in his next start if he is on the road. And I think it might align that way. You would love to see him go out and overcome that because he has been a little bit of a different pitcher away from Globe Life Field. TLC, you might be onto something here. The comment is you've got to think about the point that Duran getting to play consistently. Duran illustrates you need to play somewhat regularly. That was the exact comment. And I think there is something to it. And I've said the same thing with some of the young guys, like with Cody Freeman. I don't know if playing Cody Freeman every third day is going to do a whole lot for him at the big league level. You've got to find these guys consistent playing time to really figure out what you have with them. Maybe there is something to that, TLC. You get Zeke Duran playing pretty much every day at this point, it feels like. Maybe getting a day off on every third or fourth day. I don't know. We keep rolling. It was his inconsistency. If he had a 275 with 6 innings, I mean, look, he could have a low 3 ERA and pitch 6 innings every time. Seriously. Maggie, appreciate the gift. Where are the other Rangers live streamers? Bro, I'm the wrong person to ask on that. Don't DLLS guys go live after the game sometimes, don't they? Jeff Wilson and Radigan, don't those guys go live post-game sometimes? I don't know. Y'all would know better than me. You know what I'm doing after the post-game. I don't have time to figure out what other people are doing. We're right here. You know it. Let's see what else we got. A's are a proud team. They play hard. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy when we play them. We go to Sacramento next weekend. It's not going to be easy when we go to Sacramento, man. I absolutely am very, very curious to see if the Rangers can have this good homestand. Can we go up to the Northwest and win a series? The House of Horrors, the Northwest of the country. Can we go up there and win a series? Please. Please. Ryan, that's what I said. I literally texted that to the guys in the Discord. I'm like, why does this team do this to us? Why do they show you everything that could be right with this team? Double-digit runs scored, elite pitching, elite bullpen. Like, why do they do this? They get your hopes up. You're like, see, this is what we could have been doing all season. In some ways, it's sad, but you know what? All we can do is press on. Go get a sweep tomorrow. Take care of business against some of the other teams that are ahead of you the next week. That's all you can do. Marcus, I'm with you. I said it earlier, I think the Cody Freeman thing is helping. And you know what? Maybe the fact that Simi goes on the IL kind of eases up Josh Jung a little bit. I can imagine bro was stressing. I can imagine the guy was stressing a little bit. Maybe not. I don't know Josh Jung personally. I don't know his psyche. Don't know his mental. But I can imagine Cody Freeman playing over you a majority of the last week had to have him stressing a little bit. Now Cody Freeman more naturally takes Marcus Semion's at-bats. You still have Cody Freeman replacing you in the back of your mind. And you know that you've been blasted publicly by Chris Jung. That happened. You've got to think that something has to have lit a fire under him. Look, I don't know if Josh Jung is going to be back to his 2023 self. I don't know if this is just a one-off. But I do know that was a much-needed game from the Jungle Cat. I love that Cody Freeman and him were kind of going hit for hit there for a second. Absolutely love that. It's going to be fun watching both these guys in the lineup. I I really don't think, unless you're just going to get straight up Bruce Bochy loyalist mode, do you really want to play Josh Smith over Cody Freeman at this point? And look, I don't want to hate on Josh Smith, but I just do not want to see them bench Cody Freeman for Josh Smith right now. I would love to see them just give Marcus Simeon's ABs to Cody. Mick J, it feels like it is the magic of the Beltre statue. It really does. It really does. We said it last night. It feels like the magic of the Beltre statue in full effect right now. Yeah, look, TLC, thank you. I mean, look, we don't know where Josh Jung is at mentally, but bro had to be stressing. You're down in AAA. You got the president of baseball operations blasting you to the Dallas Morning News. And look, CY is very politically correct, but let's be clear. CY blasted Josh Jung. Dallas Morning News, Evan Grant. Article came out, several days ago. And you've got young Cody Freeman playing over you multiple times this week while you ride the Pine Pony. I can only imagine dude was going through it a little bit. Good for him getting off the schneid, hitting a bomb, getting multi-hits, and here he is with an opportunity, I think, with the Marcus Simeon injury to kind of gracefully slide back into the lineup while Cody Freeman transitions over to second base or outfield or wherever they need him to play. I don't know who they like better in the outfield, Cody Freeman or Josh Smith, but it feels like right now Wyatt Langford in center field and left field is a little bit up for grabs right now. I mean, you look at tonight, they had Langford in left field and you had Hellman in center field with the lefty lineup. I don't think Hellman is playing over anybody right now in a righty lineup. I think you're going Langford center field, and you're probably rolling with either Josh Smith or with Cody Freeman in left field, and you're throwing the other guy at second base. CY basically said Josh Jung's way too inconsistent. Volatile, I think, was a specific word that he used. And look, I think in general, it's been reported Josh Jung was not on board with what the Rangers were doing with him. And they've been working with him on certain things with his approach, with his swing for the past 3 years. And Josh Jung continues to be a guy that strikes out way too much. You love seeing the 0 in the column next to Josh Jung's name for tonight's ball game. But he obviously is a guy that goes up there and he's aggressive, but it's hurting him. This year it is hurting him. Josh Jung's taking pitches right down the middle to swing at pitches a foot outside. And it's not just Josh Jung. There's other guys on the team that are doing that too, but CY called it out. He called it out. BG, wrong on Jung. Look, one game, brother, really? One game? And look, I don't want to be right on Josh Jung. Neither did I proclaim anything. I didn't proclaim the death of Josh Jung's career. You haven't heard me say that one time. What you have heard me say is I don't think that it's sustainable to continue to play Josh Jung if he is not going to improve and if he is not going to actually listen to the people that are trying to help him get back on track. I don't understand how you can argue anything differently. Josh Jung's struggles this year are off the charts bad. He's a career 250 hitter. The career numbers that Josh Jung has look like numbers you'd love for your third baseman to have over one season. I'm sorry. To say wrong on Jung, I mean, I don't get that at all. It's one game, buddy. We're at one game right now. We have a bunch of guys that attack so much and don't work the count. Preach. It's not just Josh Jung. We have a ton of free swingers on this team. That's why I said I'd love to see more Cody Freeman types in the lineup. Guys that don't strike out, put the ball in play, work counts. It's a thing of beauty. It really is. I'd love to see Josh Jung turn it around. Guys, one of my favorite Rangers. I know that whenever we utter the slightest bit of criticism about a player or when we just speak facts out loud, some people just take it as automatic hate. mean, you guys know I've been rocking the Josh Jung bobblehead behind me the whole year. If I hated him, I don't think I'd have him featured on my show literally every single day this season. Like, come on now. I love the youngster. Love Jungle Cat. Texas boy, Texas Tech. Dude, I would love to see him take off. Trust me. But we're not here sugarcoating stuff every single day. We try to give you the best realistic picture of what this ball club is doing, where they're going. I'm not going to sit here and tell you Josh Jung has an all-star Hall of Fame future ahead of him based on what I've seen this season. But he did have an outstanding game tonight, and let's give him his flowers for that, man. Let's give him the respect. Seems we don't drive up pitcher counts enough. No, we don't. That is something they need to address in the offseason, 100%. 100%. I loved Evan Carter leading off. Look, somebody said it. You'd love to see EC leading off against righties and Wyatt Langford leading off against lefties. I think that makes a lot of sense. I do think next year might be a tall task having Evan Carter bat lead off against lefties. Like maybe we bump him down, give him the Josh Smith treatment where he still plays, but he's not actually going to be up at the top of the lineup. Something like that sounds good. Leiter is going to be so good. I hope, brother. I would be on cloud nine if Jack could just be consistent, working into the sixth inning, most nights, 2-3 earned runs. I would love it. That's what I want to see more of. This is the Leiter we signed up for. Jeremy, thank you. That's very well said. It's very well said. Yep, DeGrom scheduled to pitch on Monday. Bad news, by the way, on Chris Martin. He did a live bullpen today. It did not go well, and sounds like they are going to be shutting him down. I do not think we are going to see Chris Martin anytime soon. Maybe we see him for a playoff run. I know that might sound crazy to some of y'all that have already given up on the season, but maybe we have him for a playoff run. At this point, I think that's got to be the goal. Can we just get that guy right for the playoffs just so we have another arm to work with? I would love to have Chris Martin back for playoffs. I know he's been up and down with the injuries this year. When he's been healthy, he's been really good. I'd love to have Chris Martin for October if we can get there, of course. Otherwise, shut him down. And, if he wants to pitch, do right by him, right? Give him the opportunity to heal up so he can go into the offseason healthy. If he wants to keep pitching, great. Although I do think there have been reports that this is his final year. We'll see what ends up happening. But I think at this point with Chris Martin, you shut it down and you try to get him ready for October. And if it doesn't work out with the Rangers going to October, shut it down. Let that man go out gracefully into retirement if that's what he chooses. I would love to get Martin back. TLC, I'd love to get Martin back. I know that I feel like people are sleeping on Martin just a little bit. I think the injuries are making some people upset, making people mad. And it is frustrating with Chris Martin. The injuries are frustrating. Nobody's probably more frustrated than him. Trust me. You'd love to have that guy back for October, though. Ryan, I'm with you. Super tough way for him to go out if it is the final year. C-Mac, that is what we said. The comment was, this team is going to get going just enough to break my heart again, aren't they? It's almost exactly what I said earlier today, brother. I'm like, why are they doing this to us? Why do they do this to us, man? They score 10 runs. The starting pitcher throws 7 shutout innings, and the bullpen locks down the other 2. Why do they do this to us? They just get our hopes up, man. And hopefully this can just be the start of a great run, a super positive trajectory for the club. Lord knows it's been tumultuous the last couple of months. You would love to see sustained excellence from this squad the last 5 weeks of the season. You'd love to see it. Maybe. I mean, obviously Chris Martin, an Arlington guy, went to my alma mater, Arlington High, graduated I want to say like he was like junior or senior when I was a freshman. So a few years ahead. Didn't really get to play ball with him. I was playing, freshman or JV when he was in his last year of varsity. But look, Chris Martin, Arlington guy, maybe you can get him coming back. Maybe you can get him coming back one more year. That would be awesome. I would love it. I really would. Keep rolling. Wow, love this team. Alex, what's good, man? Huge wins. Yeah, it is. Big wins with the big wins for sure. He does, Maggie. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw. I don't know if you guys saw Martin during the game. They showed him throwing the bullpen, and after it didn't go well, bro was on fire. Yeah, he definitely lets you know those emotions are right on the sleeve, straight on it. It's a freaking billboard. In fact, like Martin will let you know how he's feeling, and yeah, it's so frustrating. I'm sure more so for him than anybody else. Fans, I mean, we just want to see him get better. And if he can pitch for us in October, I think that is going to be huge. Total sleeper ad if we can get him back at the end of September, heading into October. That's got to be where the Rangers' heads are at right now. Has to be. Arlington High Colts, K. Hibbs. Yes. Hyped to see young guys make more of the impact. Freeman, Jung, Crivello. Ryan, I'm with you. Yeah, Maggie, me too. That's how I've always rolled and carried myself, especially since I've started doing the show. Obviously, there's a point where even if the Rangers haven't been officially eliminated, you're kind of on borrowed time. But I'm kind of that mindset too. If the Rangers officially get eliminated, yes, we'll say that out loud. We'll start really ramping up our 2026 talk. Until then, until there is zero chance, I just feel like, why not? Why not have some fun with it? Along the way, I think you guys have seen me call out the negative. This isn't just sunshine and roses every single show. But at the same time, it's always a hopeful lens that we end on. You never know. Absolutely. James, yes, sir. Like I said, Martin, few years older than me, and probably senior year for him was like freshman, sophomore year for me, something like that. Jose, appreciate that, brother. I love it, man. Whenever y'all tell me that, by the way, the comment was, I had to come find you after this win, bro. I just want y'all to know that makes my day. If y'all are actually doing that, I am humbled and grateful, and that means so much to me. That's awesome. Love that. Keep it up. I love having you guys here. The comments are outstanding. You guys help keep the show fresh. I've got a million things to say, and sometimes you guys know I'll get on my soapboxes. I'll get off on my tangents, but I love the comments and the perspective that y'all bring to the show. It's outstanding. Landon, appreciate the follow, man. Thank you so much. This series is definitely keeping the hope alive. I mean, you've got a couple of very winnable series up next, right? So on Monday, you've obviously got the Angels in Arlington Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You got the off day on Thursday. And then on Friday, you open up a series with the A's in Sacramento. After that, you've got the Astros. You've got what I think are some winnable series coming up. You've got Angels, you've got A's, and I do think that the Astros, it's a winnable series. I think you kind of got to see a little bit how things are lining up with starting pitching. You would love to have it be where you've got DeGrom and you've got the Top Guns going. By the way, I lied. The Diamondbacks are after that A's series. It goes A's, Diamondbacks, and then Astros? We'll have to see on that. We'll have to check that out. Thursday, off day. Friday, September 5th is... Come on now. What do we got going on? Yes. All right. There we go. So it's A's, Diamondbacks, Astros. So in my estimation, you've got Angels winnable, A's winnable. You've got Diamondbacks winnable. You've got 3 series in a row that are winnable. that I think you should win. I'm not saying any of those teams are trash, bunch of scrubs. I'm not saying that, but I do think that all three of those series are very winnable, and you should probably sweep one of those series. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't. And then you get the big one back in Arlington, September 5th, Friday, September 5th. You've got the Astros coming to town. That's going to be a potentially huge series if the Rangers carry through with what I just said, winning some of those series along the way. Could set up for a very intriguing matchup. Right now, you have got, 7 games separating the Astros and the Rangers. Healthy lead for the Stros, no doubt, healthy lead. Where might that be in about a week's time by September 5th if the Rangers take care of business? Maybe 3 games, 4 games, and then you're going into that series, that silver boot, with a chance to do something really special, with a chance to really firmly put your stamp on the month of September and potentially on the division race, playoff race. We'll see what happens. Gary, what's good, man? That's about the most fun I've had at the ballpark in a long time. Gary, I'm glad you got to watch it, brother. I'm glad you got to watch that game. A bunch of y'all told me you were at the game today. Where's Dan at, man? I don't think Dan's on the live tonight on YouTube, but remember all my YouTube people, you remember Dan was asking me if he should go today or not? I think, remember he was like, it's Leiter, and we had lost against Kansas City, and my guy Dan from YouTube was like, dude, should I sell the tickets? I'm like, dude, no, just go. Like, I'm not a big sell the tickets guy if the team isn't doing what I want them to be doing. It's like, dude, just go. You never know. Dan better get on here tomorrow and thank me. I'm just messing with him. But seriously, man, don't ever sell the tickets. You never know what you're going to watch at the ballpark, what special thing is going to happen. Dan got to see Jack Leiter, 7 innings, career high in strikeouts in the offense, absolutely shoving up and down the field. You're welcome, Dan, wherever you're at tonight, my guy. Happy for you. All right, we keep going. Leits needs to start for Corbin. Corbin should be the long man in the pen. Jeremy, interesting idea, one that I would probably be okay with. I would probably be okay giving Jacob Leits a shot in the rotation at this point. And then you see if Patrick Corbin can help you in a game where maybe you need to have a guy come in the 3rd or 4th inning and clean up a mess. We will see. 31 games left. What's the number needed to have a chance at that final wild card? Jeremy, are you talking like what's the record that they need to achieve? I think at this point, you got to look at the Rangers' win total right now. You're at 65. You got 31 games left, right? I mean, I think you've got to go probably 20-11 at worst. I think you got to get to 85 wins. You've got to get to 85. I feel maybe 84, but I feel like 85 is probably the minimum number. So I think it'd be more ideal get to 86, 87 to have a shot. So that would mean going 21-10, 20-11, 22-9. That, I think, is kind of what the Rangers need to do to have a chance. I don't think they need to get to 90. Look, I think it's possible. I think you could go 20-11 and have a shot at the playoffs. I really do. It depends on what the teams ahead of you do, but I think you could go 20-11. That is a good stretch of ball games. No doubt about it. 20-11, you got to be playing some really good baseball. 22-9, you have to be playing excellent baseball. So we're not sitting here saying that these things are easy to do, but you want to know the number? That's what I think. I think you got to get to 85 wins. 86, 87, obviously better than that is preferable. I think to have a shot where it maybe comes down to the last weekend, which, by the way, the last weekend, we play the Guardians again. Guardians are our final series of the regular season. Guardians feel like they're going to be fading a little bit. Maybe they start cleaning it up. But Guardians feel a bit like a fade to me. I don't know where they're going to be at the end of the season. Maybe they'll still be in it. But at this point, I don't have a lot of confidence that the Guardians are going to get across the finish line in the wild card. And I think you could say the same about the Rangers. So if there's any Guardians fans in the chat, I get it. You could say the same thing about the Rangers. We've just got, obviously, a little bit more belief in our squad than your squad. But it makes sense. We all want to believe our team is going to make it. But that series could be interesting. I think it's a big whiff, personally. Let me get off on one of my classic Ride on Rangers tangents here. I think that it's a big whiff by MLB that we play the Guardians the last weekend. What are we doing? Last weekend should be Astros. I feel like it should be Astros or Mariners every single time. You know that those three teams are the teams in terms of rivalry, in terms of closeness and proximity in the race. Feels like a whiff on MLB that we're playing the Guardians the last week of the season. No, I don't think we play the Mariners again. I'm just saying, if they would go back and redo the schedule, Jeremy, I think that they should put the Mariners last weekend, kind of like they did in 23. Look at how good that 23 setup was. We had Mariners versus Rangers with the division on the line. Now, the Rangers, they just had to win one game in 23 in that 4-game set, and they got it done. And they just had to win 2 games to win the West. They didn't get that done. It all worked out. But I would love to see them go back to division rivalries the last weekend. Because you just never know. Yeah, sometimes it's going to be a dud. The Astros will suck, and the games aren't going to matter. You can't be perfect. But I just think, rule of thumb, have teams playing a rival the last weekend, preferably a division rival, not a random matchup that nobody really cares about. Guardians, Rangers. I mean, in terms of, look, the Guardians fans and the Rangers fans, outside of that, nobody is going out of their way to tune in. Like, you know what? Astros, Rangers, there's going to be some casuals that are probably tuning in for that, just knowing the history. I would love to see that more often. Gary, appreciate the backup there, man. Maggie, I know, 2023. What a time to be alive. I would love if the Rangers in that last weekend had a chance. Like they're a game back. They're a game and a half back with 3 or 4 to play. I would love for the last weekend to matter. And you know what? If it doesn't matter because the Rangers are already in a playoff spot, they played that well, even better. But I would just love for the last week, the last weekend of baseball to matter for Texas. That would be outstanding. We keep going. Antonio, the hope is coming back. Ethan, 22-9. That would put you at 87 and what? 87 and 75? You feel like that probably is more realistic, 87 and 75? I think you got to get to 85 to have even a shot. But at this point, I'm probably more on your page, my guy. 21-10, 22-29 feels like a much better shot. Would you like the Rangers to take a gamble on Adley if the Orioles look to trade him? Yes. Yes. I definitely think the Rangers need to explore all options, and Adley Rutschman should be one of them. Explore it. I'm not saying go get him right now. I am saying I'd like for them to look at him, see what you can get for him. Who knows what the price is? Like sometimes you're just fishing around and a team is willing to really take maybe less than what you were expecting for a player. I just don't think you leave any stone unturned. You got to go find a primary catcher. I like Kyle Higashioka. He is not a primary catcher. I'm sorry. Kyle Higashioka cannot control the stolen base game. He is a below average, a very below average blocker. He gives you good framing, but framing is not going to matter as much next year with the ABS challenge system, I think, almost being a foregone conclusion to be added. Framing is not going to matter the more time goes on. It's just not. So if the best that Kyle is giving me behind the dish is framing, I'm no longer interested in primary catcher. I need us to go get a primary catcher, a guy that can hit, a guy that can play good defense. It doesn't have to be elite, because right now we don't have elite. Right now we do not have elite behind the dish. Jonah Heim was a Gold Glover at one point. I don't think he's trash defensively. I do think it's fallen off a little bit. I think the Rangers need to reboot that position, and I'd love to see them go get a guy that can put the ball in play, a guy that can hit, and a guy that can play above average defense. It doesn't need to be 99th percentile controlling the running game. But can I get over 50? Because right now the catchers are nowhere close to above average when it comes to controlling the running game, and also blocking. Framing is pretty solid, but again, that's not going to be my metric anymore for catchers. It's not going to be as important when ABS comes into play. Adley to Texas is a real option this offseason. It should be. Like, is it going to happen? I don't know, but explore it. You've got to go get a primary catcher. Look, I always go back and forth with certain people on X, and by and large, look, I enjoy the back and forths. I personally don't have any personal fuel with anybody. I mean, look, I don't go back and forth a lot with people, but I will say this. There are some people that I think are content with Higgy behind the dish, primary catcher. I don't get it. I know that we like Higgy and how he's been hitting. He's not hitting well right now. I think they said on the broadcast today, Higgy's like in an 0 for 16. Like, Higgy is not the primary catcher option that you want next year. Can you just trust me? We need to go and get a better catcher that can play a lion's share of the games. I don't want 50-50 with Higgy next year. I want a guy that can play over 100. Higgy can get 62 or 60 plus behind the dish. Give Higgy some platoon DH responsibilities at times. I don't hate Kyle Higashioka, but I do not want that man primary catcher going into next year. Higgy does feel like a 30% time guy. If you've got the primary catching 110, you've got Higgy catching 50 and maybe platooning in the DH spot some other games, and maybe he works his way up to 70-ish, 75 games on the season. I just don't think you can roll next year without upgrading the catcher position. Antonio, that's what I want. I don't need a guy that is going to go 140, 150. Can I get a guy that is somewhere between 110 and 130? That would be very preferable. I think Adley Rutschman would fill that very, very well. Catcher, right field. Feels like first base, Natalie, is probably going to be something that they evaluate, although I do think that the organization really likes Jake Berger. And I know that that might not be what some Rangers fans want to hear, but I do think that the organization really does like what they see. And I don't know if Jake Berger is going to be replaced next year. I think they ride it out with Berger for maybe one more year. And let me even say this. I think they ride it out till the next deadline. If Jake Berger is not cutting it at the beginning of 2026, I think you explore some first base options at the deadline next year. So I think they give Berger the rest of this year. He's had some injuries. Maybe it's just a fluke year, bad luck with the injuries for Berg. I think they roll with Jake Berger going into 2026. And maybe they get some kind of option, a lefty option off the bench. Not a guy that's necessarily tried and true first baseman, but a guy that can play first base in multiple other positions. I think that that is what the trend appears to be. Maybe they decide to blow it all up and they get a brand new first baseman. I think third base could potentially be another one too. Look, it depends on how Josh Jung does the rest of the season. I know there's a lot of people, Antonio, I know there's a lot of people, myself included, that really like Josh Jung. I do think if Josh has a really bad month of September, you are going to have discussions about what to do at third base. If he can finish the season average to above average, I think he keeps the spot and they go into 2026 with Josh Jung. Antonio, I do not think Jock is going to finish with above a 200. I don't think they do. TLC, I'm going to bet against you here, my guy. I don't think there's any way Adolis starts right field in 2026 on opening day. I don't see it happening. In fact, I think if Adolis heats up and maybe he has an outstanding month of September, maybe the Rangers make the playoffs and he makes some noise in the playoffs, I think there's an argument to be made that you trade him while the value is at an all-time high. Because, again, you're not giving Adolis Garcia multiple-year contract extension at age 34. You're not going to do it. You're not doing it. It's not good business. Adolis is very streaky, and if you can catch him right now in September, going into, obviously, October, if the Rangers can get that far, I think you trade while the value is peak. You don't get, wooed into keeping him again. You say, you know what? There's never going to be a better time to trade him. The value is at an all-time high. Let's get it. I don't think there is any way that the Rangers roll with Adolis Garcia as the right fielder in 2026. I'm not ready to give up on Jung yet either, Gary, but I do think if he has a really bad September, the Rangers might. I think he has got to show more consistency. There's going to be some tough discussions. If he continues to not hit well, to strike out at alarming rates, I don't think that Josh Jung is a lock for third base in 2026. I love how there were comments on Twitter saying Leiter was bad. I don't know what. Sorry, pilot. I mean, look, there's always going to be extremes after there's a big performance. Look, Josh Jung has a great game. Everybody's like, dude's the future. Come on. I've been trying to tell you the whole time. Jack Leiter has an outstanding game. Everybody's saying, see, he's going to be an ace one day. There's always overreactions after games. There's always overreactions. But for both of those players that I just named, the name of the game is consistency. Can Josh Jung do this again in the next 2 days? Can Jack Leiter do this or even something similar to it on a lesser scale next time he starts? Can we get consistency? That is what I need to see from both of these guys. And I do think that is going to determine whether or not those guys start and continue to play for the Rangers in 2026. I think Leiter is definitely going to be in the mix next year. I don't think he's going to be dropped or anything like that. But I do think at this point in Jack Leiter's career, number 2 overall pick, this is the kind of stuff that you have been expecting from him. The stuff that it's about dang time we started seeing, man. I think that everything that I said about Jack Leiter in my video that I put out on him last week after his last start rings even truer today. This is what we should be expecting from him. At 4.5 years in the organization with 2 years of college ball, this is what we should be expecting from Jack Leiter. Shutouts. Quality starts. Jack Leiter is now 6 for 23 when it comes to earning a quality start. 6 for 23. He was 5 for 22 earning a quality start in games where he started going into tonight. He's now 6 for 23. That has to be better. You've got to get me up closer to 50%, my guy. You are a number 2 overall pick. You had college ball at Vandy, and you've been in the organization for 4+ years. It's not much to expect to think that Jack Leiter should be doing what he did tonight more routinely. We keep going. Surprised Harris wasn't brought up. Yeah, Gary, I just don't think they rate him. I don't think they rate Harris super high because that was a thought from me too, honestly. Why not bring up Dustin Harris? We've done the Hellman thing. I know Hellman had a good little run with us, hit the home run, his first home run ever, and maybe that's it. But Dustin Harris to me is another guy. I'd love to see what he could do with 3 weeks. I would love to see what can Dustin Harris do with 3 weeks starting every day. Maybe he would still be kind of the guy he's been in multiple call-ups that he's already received. But I personally was a little bit surprised myself. Are we getting into the wild card? That would be phenomenal. I am hopeful that that can still happen, but I will say this. It's not going to be easy. It will not be easy. Jose, I'm going to say that right now, things are trending positively. I'm not going to make any bold predictions. Things are trending positively, though. Keep going. To be fair, Leiter didn't pitch many innings in college. He had about 1.5 seasons of college ball. All right, fair. So here's the point. You've basically had, if we go, Jeremy, with what you said, which I think is a valid point, my guy, and I appreciate all your comments tonight. You basically got a guy with 6 years of baseball high-level experience, both in the minor leagues and in college ball. He's 25 years old. I know that that's not like, past your prime. He's in his prime right now. I think it's time. Regardless of whether he had 2 years, 1.5 years, 1 year, you've been in the organization for 4.5. You've played college ball at the highest level in the SEC. It's time. It's time. We need to start seeing more of this from Jack Leiter. That should be the expectation. I think that's what frustrates me more than anything with Jack, is you always have people making excuses. And for a guy that's been in the organization this long, was a number 2 overall pick, has the pedigree, played at a high level, SEC baseball at Vanderbilt, pitched in the College World Series, all those things combined. I think what bugs me and grinds my gears the most is when people lower the bar for Jack Leiter. Stop lowering the bar for a guy that was a number 2 overall pick and has 6+ years of very high-level baseball experience beyond high school. That's all. And Jack tonight was phenomenal, and now I just need to see it more consistently. I mean, TLC, you're just throwing more outstanding flavor into the recipe here, man. That's what I mean. He's got the pedigree. Dad's been teaching this guy how to pitch well since he was a young kid. I mean, another thing that was afforded to him. Again, another reason why nobody should be lowering the bar for Jack Leiter. Not saying crush him every single time he has a bad start, but if you can't string together 3-4 solid starts in a row at this point, it's a problem. We've got to start seeing consistency. I've said that word about 9 million times tonight. You get it. I mean, Antonio, thank you. I mean, look, we've had first-round picks flame out. Look at what happened with guys like Wenzel, Foscue. I hope that Jungle Cat doesn't become another name on this list. But we've got guys that we're already having tough times with in terms of first-round picks popping. Rangers have got to start popping on some of these first-round picks, man. They do. You had Kumar, Jack. You had Josh Jung, Wenzel. Wyatt Langford feels like a pop. You'd love to be going 50-50, though, with some of these first-round picks, man. Breakout next year. Love to see it. Jack has a .02 WAR. Yikes, McJ. I was trying to keep it positive, but, I mean, look, it just makes the point. The bar is already probably low enough with Jack. Let's start raising it. That's all. Let's start raising that bar on Jack Leiter, man. 1.1 F4. Okay. We're trending positively. Yo, Cal Raleigh, can you hit a homer, please? Nolan, no. I cannot hit a home run. The A's must win so the Rangers can gain ground in the division. We all want to see a tighter playoff race, my guy. No homers tonight. Appreciate the comment, man. Jack is wound a little too tight, doesn't have to strike everyone out. Gary, fair point. I think they're working on that with him a little bit. Like, dude, you've got good stuff. You don't need to try and strike everybody out. Now, he kind of did tonight, and I low-key loved watching it, just like you guys did. But I think the point is fair. Dude, you don't need to strike everybody out. Let the defense work behind you sometimes. That way you're not 90 pitches in the 5th inning. Jack is a number 4 starter at the moment, number 2 starter ceiling. That's what I feel. I know some people believe he's going to be Cy Young one day in Ranger Nation. I think ceiling is number 2, very, very good starter. And I think floor feels like where he's at right now is probably the floor. TLC comment says it shows how hard MLB baseball is compared to all other levels. AAA is a huge leap. High A and single A is probably D2 level. Understandable to see guys not pan out. And you remember, the Rangers obviously thought high enough of Jack Leiter to have him skip rookie ball, to have him skip high A, low A, and send him right to double A. And some people feel like that might have been a misstep by the Rangers front office. Maybe you should have sent Leiter to high A or low A or rookie ball or something instead of just putting him right in double A. But I think that I got a little pushback because in my video on Leiter, I talked about how he was kind of supposed to be pretty dang close to MLB ready. And I don't understand how you could argue against that when the Rangers dropped him in double A immediately. Like, if you're in double A, I'm sorry, you're one call away from the show. There's plenty of cases of guys skipping triple A, going straight from double A to the majors, especially when they're a number 2 overall pick. So the Rangers would not have put him in double A had they not thought this guy could be in the big leagues pretty quickly. So again, going back to the bar, don't lower it. Keep the bar where it's at or start raising it. Jack doesn't need more excuses, man. He's got so much working for him. He just needs to be consistent and put it all together. Yeah, Frisco, there were times, yes, it was hard to watch. Hard to watch. First time on the IL in 8 years for Marcus Semien. Iron Man, hard and hustle, baby. But in a way, maybe good for the Rangers. Cody Freeman is going to get to play more. Marcus Semien was not killing it over the last month of the season. Now, is Marcus Semien a great leader and a good guy to have around? Absolutely. And he still is around. The bat, though, let's not pretend like it was elite this past month. I think Marcus Semien is a better defender than Cody Freeman at second base, but I've been trying to tell y'all, I think Cody Freeman is a really good defender, a very good defender. I think it's going to be okay. And so I actually believe there might be a silver lining to this Semien injury. I think it may lead to Cody Freeman finding a groove. It may lead to Josh Jung, like we said, feeling a little bit less pressure. Hey, Semien's out. They kind of got to play me. If you're Josh Jung, that's what you're thinking. Semien's out. We're thin on guys. I'm almost kind of guaranteed to get more ABs now. I mean, it just makes sense. So now with Josh Jung, maybe you get a little more relaxed version of him. Maybe you get a little bit more free and easy. He's thinking a little bit less, and maybe you see him take off. I think there could be some silver linings to this Marcus Semien injury. I really do. Hey, look, TLC, I didn't even see this before I started that, man. But you and I are in sync quite a bit, my guy. But, yeah, 100%. 100%. To be fair, McJay says the 2021 draft didn't have much to choose from. Touche. I'd have to go back and look. Didn't we look one time at who we could have drafted over Josh Jung? And, like, Merrill Kelly was, like, the best pick. Didn't we do that the other night? I think we went back and we were like, who could we have gotten instead of Josh Jung? And it was like Merrill Kelly, and that was it. Now, Merrill Kelly would have been outstanding. I mean, clearly, he's a great player for San Diego. He's shown a lot of promise. But I think 2021 was lighter. I think we did the Jung year, didn't we? I don't know. Let's talk about Freeman, 2025 version of 23 Carter. Maybe I'm getting carried away. Oh, no, my guy. I love throwing that out there. Let's throw that right out there, man. Let's speak it into existence. If that is true, how fun would that be? Cody Freeman, you just love the energy, though, don't you? You got to love the energy. It's infectious. The Rangers don't have a lot of hype guys. They've got like Jock Peterson, and he's not playing great, although obviously huge hit last night. The Rangers need more energy guys. Like, I'm sorry, not everybody has to be rah-rah, hype every single time, but could we get a little bit more towards a 50-50 split? Like, seriously. Is EC a lock for next season? I think so. I think the Rangers go into 2026 with the mentality of Evan Carter, everyday player. I think that is what you should do. Let's talk about what I think the outfield looks like moving forward. This year, I think it's got to be Langford center, Doley right, and then in left field, I'm not a big fan of playing Hellman when you've got Cody Freeman. Look, unless Josh Smith really continues to be absolutely terrible at the dish, and it hasn't been a good month for Josh Smith. We love Smitty. He has not played well the last month. We've said that many times. I really would like to see Cody Freeman in the lineup every single day with Marcus Semien out. As long as Semien is out, there is zero reason to not play Cody Freeman every day. You've got to either have him at second base or you've got to have Cody Freeman in left field. And if Josh Smith, if you feel like he's still giving you good at-bats and playing well enough, you do either or, right? Josh Smith plays left, Cody plays second. You have Cody playing left, Josh Smith plays second. Whatever you feel more comfortable with, there is zero reason, though, for Cody Freeman not to play every day. You can think about it a little bit more with Josh Smith. There's no good excuse for Cody Freeman to ride the bench, really ever, while Marcus Semien is out. Keep rolling. Will Evo be a Ranger for a long time? I mean, for 2 more years. Beyond that, I don't know. Maybe we can get him to go year for year, but I think it's going to be a couple of years. 2023 Hedges energy. Hey, I like it. I like the comps we're throwing out tonight, chat. I like them. Langford jersey for sure. I'm definitely thinking about either Langford or, for me, one of the younger guys. I know that those are a little bit less of a sure shot. Like a Cody Freeman jersey, an Osuna jersey. I'm sorry. I really like those guys a lot, though, so I'm biased. But Wyatt feels like a guy that's going to be around for a long time. So Wyatt Langford for sure. Dan, I'm so glad you showed up. Brother, I told you not to sell your tickets. I told you not to sell those tickets, Dan. You were about to sell those tickets. You were probably starting to list them on StubHub. I am glad that you did not sell those tickets. The Light Show. Yes, sir. The Light Show. Look, I'd rather play Duran right now, and these are words I never thought I would say. I would rather play Ezekiel Duran right now than Josh Smith. I'd rather play Duran instead of Josh Smith. Jackson Merrill. Yeah, if I butchered that, Gary, my bad. If I butchered Jackson Merrill instead of Jackson Kelly or whatever the heck I said. Harry, going well, man. Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate you hanging out. Do I give any merit to off-field distractions? I don't know. Seager is so robotic, man, in a good way. I just don't know if Seager is affected by, like, anything. Smith, maybe. Although, look, Gary, notoriously, Josh Smith is a second-half fader. We've talked about it. He has faded in the second half multiple seasons in a row now. So I think there is something to it. I would probably put a little bit less on, personal life stuff, more on just history. Harry says, I told you we'll win the series now tomorrow for the sweep, and next we sweep Angels. Harry, I hope you are right, my guy. I really do. Dan, he went overboard for you. I'm so happy you got to see it. So happy. Dan, answer this question from TLC, man. Oh, good. You already answered it. Absolutely. Good. I'm glad that the crowd was into it. That's awesome. That is awesome. Smith seems way more like a dude compared to Seager's robotic nature. I'd agree. Look, I think Seager's an awesome guy, and I think probably off the field he does cut it up a little bit more, but I just think for Corey, I'm not going to say there's anything that distracts him. Feels like he is a total clear the mechanism guy. Josh Smith, maybe not so much, but look, he's had some trouble at the end of seasons over the past 3 years, it feels like. We'll see what happens. All right, y'all. I got to close out tonight's game. Let me see if there's anything else box score worthy. Let's just roll through 1 through 9 and the bullpen, and then we'll do a preview for tomorrow. Langford, 2 for 3 on the night. Leadoff spot. You love seeing Wyatt Langford up here. I think against lefties, he's your leadoff guy every single time. I'd probably, without Evan Carter, because of the injury, I'd probably have Wyatt just lead off every game. And then maybe you can move Seager up or down depending. Zeke Duran, 1 for 5 with 3 RBI, average up to 225. He's been a godsend. Zeke Duran, I think you're playing him over Josh Smith at this point if it's coming down. Zeke Duran, Josh Smith, I think you're going Zeke Duran. I think my idea for my reel is coming together. Guys that need, and the theme is going to be guys that need to be playing every day right now. And one of them is Zeke Duran, and the other is Cody Freeman. Guys that need to be playing every day right now. Cody Freeman, Zeke Duran. Josh Smith, to me, does not need to be playing every day right now. I think that they might stick with him. Bochy, the loyalist that he is, I have a feeling we're going to see him in the lineup tomorrow. Maybe not. But for me, Duran and Freeman, every day. Stop overthinking it, please. Play those dudes every day. Ride the hot streak, ride the good wave that they are on until it's done. We had Corey Seager going 0 for 2. We also had Josh Smith getting a pinch hit for Corey. He went 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Higgy, 0 for 4, did have an RBI. Josh Jung, big day for him, 2 for 3, had the home run, scored 3 times, drove in 2, had a walk as well, reached base 3 different times. Great game for the Jungle Cat. You'd love to see more of it. Adolis Garcia, big home run, coming back from his injury, the sprained ankle, 1 for 4 on the night, had the laser shot down the left field line. Love to see that from Adolis. I'm not trying to say this to be a jerk or to be unkind, disrespectful, but honestly, at this point with Adolis, if he can have a great September, it just opens up so many doors for you in the offseason. Because you do not want to give Adolis Garcia at this point a multi-year extension. I think you've got to trade him. Even though we all love El Bombi, you want the value to be as high as possible for him. Cody Freeman, 2 for 4, 2 RBI, 2-run bomb that got the party started. Rangers never looked back after that first major league home run from Cody Freeman. Hope he got that ball back. I was actually kind of glad it didn't go into the stands. You know, most fans, I think, are going to be pretty cool and get the guy the ball back, maybe get a signed bat, or, you know what, maybe they get one of the vets to sign something. I always think that that's kind of not cool, though. Hey, I caught Cody Freeman's first home run ever, but I want a Seager signed bat. I don't know. It doesn't feel great to me. If it's random and like a big thing, you got to go higher stakes, obviously. But look, if I catch Cody Freeman's rookie ball, give me a signed bat, man. Give me a signed bat, a meet and greet. I want to meet these guys and say what's up. I would ask for a meet and greet and a signed bat, and I'll be happy. All I need is, hey, what's up, man? Congratulations. Love watching you play the game. Big fan. You know, come on, Ride on Rangers. Do a little Q&A with me sometime. That would be freaking sick. That's all I'm asking, man. Something really low-key. But the guys that ask for, like, you know, give me a Marcus Semien signed bat, even though I caught Cody Freeman's. Like, bro, no, come on. Come on. I don't know. That's just me, maybe. But Cody Freeman, happy for the guy. He'll probably be in the reel we put out at some point tomorrow morning. Jonah Heim, 1 for 4. And look, the one hit, if you watch the game, Jonah should be 0 for right now, but he got pretty lucky with his one hit. Jonah, love everything he did in 23. He's a guy I think the Rangers will move on from in the offseason. Hellman, 1 for 4. Recently recalled from AAA with the Evan Carter injury. Rangers went 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. 10-0 ball game, but you go 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. That makes little to no sense, but whatever. Here we go. 4 left on base. Josh Jung, Ezekiel Duran with a couple of 2-out RBI. You love to see that. Jack Leiter, 7 innings, 2 hits, 10 Ks. Best outing of his major league career by far. He is now 8-7 on the season with a 3.81 ERA. Curvelo, Webb, close it out. Scores from around the league. Let's get to it. First of all, before we get to the preview of tomorrow's game, I want to say a special thank you to all of my paid members and subscribers. Y'all are awesome, and thank you to anybody that's dropped a comment, that's followed, that shared the live today. We don't take any of that for granted. If you've been thinking about a way that you want to take your support of me and the show to the next level, consider becoming a monthly subscriber. We get you exclusive access to our Right on Rangers Discord. Would love to have you on the Discord channel, chiming in with your opinions nonstop. Be great. And all you got to do is hit that subscribe button right next to the chat. If you're on TikTok, if you're on YouTube, I'll drop a link for you guys so that way you're able to copy and paste that into a browser of your choice. Totally optional, but would love if you'd consider it. It all goes to help me, support me in the content that I produce. Really, really appreciate it. Let me keep rolling here, and we will close out the show. We got Merrill Kelly going tomorrow, and I am excited about this for sure. I would ask for some free Whataburger. That's awesome. Yes, football, baseball, a little bit of everything. Let's see. Dan, I'm with you. I'm not that rich either, but it would be nice to have you at every game. Clearly, you bring some good vibes, buddy. Thoughts on Zeke to the 2 spot? I'd be a fan right now. Like I said, I'm riding the wave, the Zeke and Cody Freeman wave, until it crashes onto the beach, man. Seriously. Hey, what's good, Carson? Appreciate you, buddy. Good to see you. See you Monday. Let's see what else we got. Hey, who's your back? Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the gift. Means a lot. What if Wyatt was called up before the World Series? Who knows if that would have changed things? That might have changed. I mean, it could be everything. Maybe it would have helped. Maybe it wouldn't have. I like thinking about those what ifs. I really do. All right. Hey, let's go to the game tomorrow. So we got Sunday, the 24th. I got to scroll way back. I was looking way ahead. The 24th, we got Merrill Kelly on the bump. He's going against Williams. Williams, a righty with a 3.24 ERA. Kelly, 9-7 with a 3.35 ERA. Kelly's had a couple of really good starts back-to-back. You'd love to see him make it 3 in a row. Here's some of the numbers for you. Texas versus Williams. You got Adolis Garcia 0 for 3. Jonah Heim 1 for 1. Josh Jung 0 for 2. Jock Peterson 1 for 2. Corey Seager 1 for 5. Josh Smith 1 for 2. And Rowdy Tellez 1 for 2 with the homer. Maybe we'll see Rowdy back in the lineup tomorrow. That'd be fun. On the other side, Cleveland against Merrill Kelly. Austin Hedges 0 for 10. Hedgie, not a lot of luck against Merrill Kelly. Jones, the right fielder, 2 for 13. And then Santana, first baseman, 0 for 2. So Merrill Kelly, the 3 guys that he has faced in the Cleveland lineup, dominated. Hasn't faced anybody else. We'll see how he fares, but I like Merrill Kelly to throw a good game tomorrow and the Rangers to get the sweep. Speaking it into existence right now, that is the plan. Look, it's been a great show. Appreciate all you guys. We are going to wrap things up for tonight. I love what this Rangers team has done over the past 2 days. I'm trying everything within me to not be super hyped and think that we have a very legitimate shot to make a run and make the playoffs. Like the eternal optimist in me, I'm always going to believe that we have a shot until we get eliminated. I'm hopeful right now, y'all. I'll say that. I am hopeful. We got to start one day at a time. Tomorrow, Merrill Kelly, let's get that sweep. And then we welcome the Angels. Here we go, one day at a time. And I appreciate you guys one day at a time showing up to support me and support the show. It means a lot. Come back tomorrow and hang out. And hey, if you're following right now, if you're watching right now and you haven't hit that follow button, you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, let's go, man. We want you back here again. You see the vibe. You see what we do each and every night. We're here talking Rangers baseball, talking baseball in general. Want to keep growing this good group of people we got talking ball every night. I love it. I love it. Raul, appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. And everybody else that's followed along the show, again, thank you. It means the world. The support never goes unnoticed. We don't ever take it for granted. It's humbling. And look, we have put in a lot of hard work into this channel and into the show each and every day, but you guys are the ones that take it and make it bigger and bigger by engaging with the content, by showing up day after day, and we can't say thank you enough. Trout's number 400. Is he at 399 right now? Is he at 399? That would be kind of cool. Could it be like in a meaningless like 11-1 game where we're up 10 runs? If he's going to do it. Gary, I agree. I never thought I would say that about Ezekiel Duran. Never. Never. All right, y'all. You guys have a good rest of the Saturday night. And as I always say to end every show, God bless and go Rangers.